Welcome, everybody, to the SideQuest, your wonderful adventure where we talk all about video games. Hi, everybody. I'm Dolly Demosky with a brand new camera. That's why I'm a little bit chipper today. Also, I have been drinking. I am joined by the one, the only, well, not Aaron, because he's not here yet, but Sam to this side of me, Sam Dixon.
Hello, friends. No camera. No chipper.
No, only a wood chipper. That's the only chipper you have. Below me, the person below me, you remember those forum games? The person below me, JJ Holder.
Absolutely.
Well, what's the new nickname we gave you? The email, I forget what it was.
What was it? Yeah, first name.
JJ first name Holder. You always love when you get an email and it's like, "Hi there, first name." How are you?
Oh my god!
Good time.
And that, oh my god, was from the one, the only, making a return appearance, Taylor Bliss.
Yeah, good to be back. It's been a minute. I think the last time, judging by our DMs, Dolly, was 2016.
2016. It's the last time I wanted you back. No.
Yeah, clearly. And I intend to make it another 4 years with a strong showing tonight.
Oh, goodness. Well, it's going to be a strong showing tonight. And it's going to be a lot of fun because there were actually announcements today. There's actually news this week.
I'll tell you what. It's funny because I ended up watching it with a few of my buddies, and I had totally forgotten when we were chatting there earlier today about me coming on, and I had totally forgotten about it. And then my buddies were like, "Yeah, we're gonna watch this." So we all watched it together, and I was like, "Holy shit, I'm gonna talk about this tonight." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm glad I watched it."
Oh, good. Woo! I watched it. Yeah, and that being the PlayStation 5 official reveal. We will get to that in just a moment because I do want to talk, as usual, we start about what we've been playing, and there have been a couple games out there. Since you're the returning guest after 4 years, Taylor, what have you been playing recently?
Oh no!
Over the course of 4 years, what have you?
Just sum up your 4 years, dude.
We'll get to the PlayStation 5 announcement in about 2.5 hours. So lately, so my wife and I dug deep into Animal Crossing: New Horizons, as I'm sure you've probably talked about over the last few weeks.
Sure.
We're sharing an island. We're a one Switch household. That kind of waned off a little bit. I think we maybe went in a little bit too hard at the beginning. So the last 3 weeks have kind of been time off. So the main thing I've been playing is Picross literally to put me to sleep.
Oh yes, my dude.
So I do like 1 to 3 puzzles a night, and then I fall asleep like a little baby. And then other than that, I got into the beta for Riot's new first-person competitive shooter, Valorant. And I was putting quite a bit of time into that one.
Tell us about this.
So Valorant, as I'm sure all of our viewers are aware, is a 5v5 competitive shooter in the same general genre as Counter-Strike and the many games that are in the Counter-Strike series. With some abilities thrown in, some people likened it to some Overwatch. I think it's actually significantly more close to just a Counter-Strike than any of the other games mixed in. But yeah, so obviously Riot Games is known for League of Legends, which is in the MOBA genre, akin to Dota, and actually really nothing else. I guess maybe Smite would be probably like the closest thing that managed to survive. Smite actually still has still out there. A small esports scene, mostly done on Mixer, but it is there. But yeah, so Riot obviously is known for that. League of Legends incredibly popular as well as successful, and they wanted to make a first-person shooter game, so they did, and it's pretty good. I would expect to see official esports announcements as soon as things can be done again in person.
Wait, you mean like tournaments and all that kind of stuff, or
yeah? Oh no, yeah, for sure. There's going to be. I mean, look at what Riot. I mean, as you can read in my dissertation regarding esports. No.
Your 17 novel dissertation.
I mean, Riot. What Riot did with esports in general is a fascinating topic, but I mean, like they became an arbiter of an entire industry of their own game, which is fascinating to me.
Mhm.
And I would expect them to, maybe they'll treat Valorant as like more of a test bed where they do it slightly more hands off comparatively. I think that they'll probably keep almost as much creative control over that esports scene as they did with League of Legends. Maybe not though. But yeah, I mean, I would expect they're going to build it up and they're going to ramp it hard. I don't think that they have any expectations other than to like hit it. So
Sure.
and I think it's going to be it'll be popular. I would not that there's stock to put into that one, but if there was, I would.
It has been popular thus far. I mean, obviously, it got real popular when everybody was trying to get the key to get in. So
the key
we
stuff,
set all these records watching. Yeah, it's because you wanted people to get in there.
Yeah, I know. And so a couple of buddies of mine were like, "Have you seen the Twitch numbers for Valorant?" And I was like, "Yeah, what I'm seeing is 800,000 people that want to get into a beta." And like, and we saw it after like 10 days ish. And clearly that first bell curve had gotten into the beta, and it was just like, okay, now there's, not that 100,000 people isn't a lot, but League of Legends does like 140,000 people during peak times every single day, clockwork. So all it dropping that low was like, okay, this is reasonable, and it didn't hold. But again, it was still regularly top 10 almost on a daily basis. So yeah, I mean it's a good game. I like it.
Excellent.
The rank system that they had in the beta was good. Looking forward to it coming back. Get back into it and grind until I become too salty to continue. And then I will leave and do something else.
As one would.
And then other than that, for other games, I don't know. I'd have to check my Steam library. Oh, you know what? I was I think maybe again, regarding previous conversation, salty boy. So I was like, I did a palette cleanser where I installed BioShock HD remastered.
Nice.
And I was just going back and playing that. I beat BioShock 1 and BioShock 2. I think it took me like a grand total of 5 days. I just played it on medium.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm working from home.
As we all are, yeah.
as pretty much all of us are. Well, I mean, I wish.
Home.
Unfortunately,
also, I'm in rapture.
Yeah, my wife unfortunately is not. She has to go in. But
likewise here.
What? You're always that's right. Yes, of course. And so I've had a little bit of extra time. So yeah, beating both of the games was not particularly difficult, but it was great to relive them. I'm gonna go back to the DLC and then probably do Infinite afterwards. But that's enough about me. I've already used up all of my words for the whole night. So
I own BioShock, I think, in a bunch of different places.
Yeah, I mean the BioShock collection recently came out on Switch. I think that was actually why it was in my. I think that's why it was in my brain.
And I think that's the one I'm going to be picking up again because it's out on Switch, and I think it's not a bad. I mean, I know a couple folks that have mentioned already picking up and loving it. Yeah, of course, it's not the crazy 4K visuals that you're finding on all the places.
Is it the definitive edition?
It's
Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, it's as definitive as it can get. But yeah, a lot of folks are liking the Switch version. So
yeah,
I'm tempted to dive back in.
It plays at least as well as it did on the 360, which is how I played it originally back in the day.
Same here, yep.
And so, I mean,
that's where I played the whole BioShock series was on the 360.
Oh my god! Sometimes I forget that Infinite came out so long ago that it was on the 360.
Yeah, right at the end of the 360 era.
Oh man! Speaking of what came out at the end of the 360, no, I really wanted to pivot that into GTA 5, but I'll leave it for now.
Speaking of what came out at the end of the 360 era and is now on the PS5 era.
Oh my god!
Oh wow! Sorry, I just had Celeste show up at my island, which is always a big deal for those folks that are looking for.
Oh, you got to get the meteors. Get what's your
I'll catch her afterwards. Okay? Relax, Taylor Bliss. Okay, cool. So Valorant and a little bit of Animal Crossing, and
a little bit of some Pie-Cross for night, some old games because
we may have to have our own separate Pie-Cross podcast because I think everybody in this group here is just that I
realize that Pie-Cross 2 and 3 is already out, and that the Pie-Cross 4 is rumored.
No, it's out.
Is it Pie-Cross? Oh my god!
And there's 2 spin-off games because there's weird
Murder by Numbers.
There's branded ones too with some anime cross branding and stuff.
Yeah, and then of course there's the free one that Sam and I play on iOS, the Konami one.
Oh, the Konami one's great.
The Konami one on iOS. What's that one called? Sam, it's Pixel Puzzle. pixel
Four is
puzzle.
only $10.
Yeah, I know.
So
There
I
you go.
I was showing.
The 3D one on the DS is one of my favorite games.
Yes.
I love 3D.
Yes.
It's so
I did
good.
not get that.
What?
I should just real quick. I showed it to my wife, and she was like, "This is dumb." And then I found a game on the App Store and downloaded it for her, and she's like, "I can't look at my phone anymore because my head hurts." It's just literally like 4 days straight.
It is the perfect puzzle series. Like it's what you kind of you start with crossword puzzles and crossword puzzles. Oh fuck! It's Aaron. Speaking of crossword puzzles.
Hey,
Okay, stop. Don't talk about it anymore.
No, you start with crossword puzzles, which are it's fine. Then you move on to like Sudoku, which is like for smart people. All right, Sudoku, cool.
Actually, I loved Ken.
And Ken, yes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, guys, have you tried Picross? And then there's 3D Picross, and there's Mega Picross, and you're just like, there's nothing else. Forget it. Okay, we'll
so
stop.
good.
We'll stop talking
Anyway,
about
we're
this.
done.
But
I'm done.
I have the Japanese Super Nintendo version of Picross.
Really?
Like,
Oh my god.
I went all in on that.
I'm jealous.
I might need to download that on my Commodore 64 that I got.
Yeah.
There you
JJ,
go.
what have you been playing, dude?
Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Just
Yeah,
nothing
I
but
mean,
Club-
Game of the Year.
I was
Clubhouse,
eyeing
right
Clubhouse,
there.
man.
It's stupid fun.
we had the inside scoop on that game weeks ago.
Yes,
before.
we did. That was great.
What was the inside scoop?
We had Jeff on, and he accidentally got a copy. Like they were supposed to get a different game, and he just
They're supposed
played
to
it.
get
And it was
Xenoblade.
really good. Yeah, he was supposed to get Xenoblade, and they sent him Clubhouse.
And so he's like, well, I'm not going to talk about the Switch version, but I'll talk about the DS version, and it's fucking phenomenal.
Interesting.
So yeah, Clubhouse games is pretty damn good. They're 52, actually, not just 51.
Yeah.
There's a secret.
There's the secret, yeah. Oh boy, it's just I just get lost in some card games for just hours and hours.
Yep.
And it's got like weird ones, like it's got like that weird like jewel puzzle game, which is just like a normal ass puzzle game that you would have gotten on like a Game Boy years ago or something.
man.
Right.
Yeah.
Those-
and,
I remember like when I used to look for like when I would get Game Boy emulators back in the day, and then you look for like just random stuff because you just kind of blow past. Like those were always the type of games that you ended up finding and be like, yep, I'm gonna do this.
yeah.
So
What was
weird.
it? Was it the game? One of the Game Boys. I can't remember if it was the Color or the Advance. Got like the Microsoft Game Pack. So it had, like,
yeah.
Microsoft like Free Ski and Solitaire and Minesweeper and stuff. And
That was the advance, I think.
Yeah, that feels right. But yeah, but yeah, love that stuff. So it's,
The Microsoft Entertainment Pack
there you
was
go.
actually released. There was a Game Boy Color version
Wow.
released in 2000.
Oh my god.
Early
The
2000
great thing
Game Boy
about
Color.
Clubhouse games is like I think we mentioned it before, JJ. It's like when you go to when you would walk into like the grocery store, and there'd be like back in like the late 90s, early 2000s when CD-ROMs were like a first thing, and you'd have like 600 games on a disc, and you're like, sweet, 400 versions of chess.
Yeah, it's no different than one of those like little handhelds where it's like it's got 422 games, all of them a variation of Tetris in some way, shape, or form. But
Mhm.
there we go. But I don't care. I will. Play,
I don't care at all.
I will play Speed, or what like. Let's play some. And the original DS Clubhouse was just one of those.
It's so good.
That was one of those like we're gonna get together and we're gonna play Clubhouse. I'm disappointed there's no bottle shake, but
And Clubhouse is great because first of all, there are so many of these stupid little games on there. But I found myself, I play like a couple hands of Texas Hold'em, and then I'm done. And then I'll think, I'm gonna throw darts.
Yeah.
I play some darts, and I'm done. I'm like, I'm gonna play Manka, whatever.
Manka.
Then I'm done. Yeah, and then you just hop around like it doesn't matter.
I like the fishing game.
The fishing game, yeah.
It's relaxed. It's not much different. It's infinite Animal Crossing fishing. I think it uses the same sound effects.
So I think this has been, forget the PlayStation 5. We're going to talk about Animal Crossing fishing.
I actually like because it actually does a good job of explaining games because there's definitely games that I don't. It's like I've never actually played Mancala until I was like, oh, that's what this game is. This is easy.
I've seen it.
I like this. This is fun. I'll play it a little bit
Yeah.
more. Yeah, it's nice to like games that I have no reference for. I have no idea how to play this, and they do
Nice
a
way
good
to
job
learn
of
it, yeah.
sort of they do a good job of because there's zero. You're not really learning against. There's not somebody teaching you that you feel like you're frustrating by not
Sure.
understanding. So it helps a lot too. Even though the voice acting in this game is
Pretty bad.
I wish they would.
I
shut
heard
up
it. I heard it's the greatest voice acting in any Nintendo product ever.
That's true. Second only to Metroid Other M.
There you go.
Jesus.
So what else have you been? What have you been playing, JJ? Anything else?
The Samurai Showdown collection is downloading as we speak.
Ooh,
Nice. That's on
It's
an Epic Game Store. Is that what that's on? Or
free for the Epic Game Store right now, and
I'm getting it.
if
I'm
it's
just
not-
gonna load up the Epic Game Store real quick.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Don't mind us. We're gonna pause the podcast.
Yeah, no, don't worry. It won't take me long.
Yeah.
Watch all of our webcams go very blurry for some inexplicable
Hey,
reason.
Sam's is already very blurry.
my webcam is propped up on a Samurai Spirits AES cartridge. That's what
Nice.
I use for my prop. So it's like, yeah, all right, I'm all in on Samurai Showdown. I'm gonna play the hell out of that.
Oh shit! And Arc Evolved is free as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
Yay.
it's coming to Switch, and I'll definitely get the collection on Switch eventually. But I'm sure it'll be $20 in like a couple of weeks. So, but nah, not Clubhouse is it. That's all I've been playing.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Hey, Sam. Have you been playing anything special? Speaking of you, Sam.
I mean, not really. Just playing Animal Crossing. Just
All right,
trying
good.
to hold me over until we get to the Paper Marios and the
Got it.
other more exciting stuff coming up. I have been playing those 51 Clubhouse games also.
Oh, you as well. Okay.
Yeah, it's been fun to kind of hop in there and play a round or two of, Connect 4 or whatever, 4 in a row, whatever they call
Four in
it.
a row, whatever they call it. Yeah.
Yeah, next card, which is
Like-
not Uno.
Yeah. I like
Which
that it
is
has
funny
a
because
version-
like Uno's on sale for $4.99 right
Yeah.
now on the eShop sale, but you can get it as part of 51 games. This is a
Yeah.
different name.
Yeah, backgammon is as stupid as it looks.
Mhm.
I like that
Good.
it has a version of Mastermind. I like Mastermind, that decrypting game where you got the pins.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, cool. Okay. What about you, Aaron?
I just essentially finishing up with Space Haven.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I figured that game out. I've essentially solved it in much the same way that I do RimWorld, where all of the work is done up front, and then once you're ready to go, you can just fly through the rest of it.
Nice.
At least
Nice.
until they add more content. It's fun. It's a good relaxing building game on the easier difficulties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's been also the Clubhouse games, a little bit P-Cross S, season 1. Let me flip through here real quick, and then I finally downloaded Windjammers. It's part of the sale right now, so I figured, you know what, hell, the Switch is my console Steam account right now, where I just buy shit that's on sale.
Windjammers,
so
as been established, one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh,
So-
nice. Okay, it's funny because like there was a game for 3 cents, and I'm like, I don't care. I'll buy it. Fuck it, 3 cents. 20. If it's like below, there's like the strange like 70-cent threshold. If it's below 70 cents, 69 cents, 14. It's like weird numbers. I'm like, okay, buy it.
If I have enough like gold coins, I'll probably just
Yeah. Yep. It's stupid, but that's it. That's all I've been playing. And then of course Astral Chain. I'm kind of tripping through there. Oh, I will say, I'm and as we get into the PlayStation stuff right now, I'm trying to clear out my PlayStation back catalog. So that is my
Oh my God.
summer goal. The rest of this time out is to clear as many of the games that I don't think will make it to the PS5. Clear as many of those out as I can now, and then go from there.
I have Persona 5 sitting in my library downloaded.
Oh, yeah,
That is-
Persona 4G is coming to Steam tomorrow, so you can just be ready
What?
for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even. I had no. I didn't. I
Yeah,
know.
They haven't been. Yeah, it's not official yet, but it's breaking tomorrow, right?
You got Persona 5 ready to go, or Persona 5 the Royal?
I don't know. Yeah.
So I bought Persona 5, I think probably about 8-9 months ago when it was on one of the sales, before I even knew that Royal existed. Because I was like, listen, I got to get it now. They finally put it on sale.
Sweet.
I'm going to play it. And literally, I don't think my PS4 has been turned on since then.
Yeah.
So I will not be buying Royal because I already own the standard edition, and then I'll just
but there's a new girl in it.
There is indeed a new girl, and I'll buy it on Steam or something. I don't know. I cannot. Is this the first Persona that's coming to Steam?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it really? Okay.
There's probably a shit.
It's not the first Shin Megami Tensei
Yeah, I
game.
was
It
gonna
is,
say,
the,
there's
it
that.
is the first Persona.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's. I mean, they certainly Atlas certainly seems to treat it differently enough. Wait, it is Atlas, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Sega. Although, did you see somebody who was it? I think John Ricciardi over at 84 Play. Hi guys. Said he showed the Yakuza. I guess they had the Yakuza announcement yesterday during the IGN thing, or a couple days ago, whenever that was.
Yeah.
And the Yakuza, you have like a 4 icon, like attack wheel or action wheel, and there's like S. I think A for attack, G for something, S for something. So it's S, G, A, and all you need is the E. We lost Sam. Speaking of
Bye, Sam.
S holes. And they should have thrown the E in there. I think they had it as more. The word is more, but they should. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Good stuff, Dolly.
Good stuff. Cool. Just a tip.
Good radio. Good radio.
Good radio. Fuck it. Let's move on. There's Sam. Hey, Sam. Welcome to the Sam Show with Sam.
Hey, what were we talking about? Yakuza? Screw that amount.
No, we're moving on to the news of the week. With no, we're not moving on to the news of the week.
I was going to say, do you want to hit up some of the news because there's not a lot, or do you want to just get right into the announcements?
Do a little bit of the news. Let's do the news first.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll start off with what I think is the biggest story of the week. Hey, you remember all the shit Riot Games has been going through, trying to not be pieces of shit to work for?
Whew.
Hey,
please, lay this on me because I'm glad that I tactfully dodged this so that Aaron could drop this news.
Yeah. One of the Riot Games execs has been placed on leave because he posted some very bad things.
Oh no!
Google it.
Yeah.
Hold up.
He made a post about George Floyd, who is, the reason that there are a lot of protesters in the States right now. And
global.
They never seem to learn over there at Riot. They keep saying like we're gonna do better, and I'm sure a lot of the people below the executive level are really trying their hearts out to do better. But
they just announced like this huge push the other day too, like a few days ago. They said, you know what? We're going to donate money. I think they were donating like crazy millions of dollars. And they said they're going to do this push for all kinds of stuff, for diversity and really working towards making a good environment. And like 2 days later.
Yeah. And if it sounds like I'm being intentionally vague while describing this, it's because I'm trying not to give the post any extra legs.
Yeah.
You can Google it. You can see what he wrote. It's pretty fucking gross.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So, hey, what's up, Riot?
Yeah, jeez.
And I'll throw in a bonus story. Second biggest news story of the week. Snake Pass is free on Humble right now.
Oh, all right. I'm downloading that too.
Really?
Everybody take a quick break. Go to humblebundle.com.
Best game 2017. When did that game come out? 2016.
27.
Yeah,
It was
so good.
It was like a Switch launch title. Like
No. Came out in 2017, March 28th.
It's the best game of PAX East that year. That's for sure.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we really enjoyed it at PAX East. Yeah.
I don't know if
Processing your order, baby. Done.
That's one of those games that I don't think I've ever seen anybody seriously have a negative thing to say about it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like
digital,
snakes.
Right?
Yes,
snakes.
even if you don't like snakes, moving as a snake is pretty cool.
It is. And I got one more
Sure.
games adjacent story, if you will. You guys know Rooster Teeth.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
One of their founders, Bernie Burns, has left the company.
Oh, what?
Really?
Yeah, apparently it wasn't like he bounced because they were doing some heinous shit. Apparently it's been in the works for like 2 years and just kept under wraps. Like a year or so ago, he left their podcast, which was, one of their flagships.
Yes, I rember this.
And then so he announced it on a post on his website, Bernie.com, today, that he's leaving, and he and his wife are leaving the country. They just bouncing, and he's staying. He's basically signed a deal with Rooster Teeth that they have the first option for any projects he comes up with going forward. But other than that, he's out of there. It's the end of an era.
Interesting.
Yeah. I haven't watched the Rooster Teeth podcast since he left.
I don't think I've watched it.
I don't. Yeah, I've never partaken personally.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It'll never be the same again, but it was all right.
It was all right when he was there. And that's the big stories I got. And then there's all of the announcements.
Well, okay, so I want to talk about a couple of the announcements that were pre the PlayStation stuff. Okay, we have the Destiny, right? So for anybody that plays Destiny, like I'm slowly getting back into Destiny. The big news was that they announced Beyond Light, which is their next big the next big expansion, and that's arriving in September. But they not only announced that, they said, you know what, in lieu of instead of, is it in lieu of? I don't know. Instead of doing a Destiny 3.
Both. It's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sure.
Pretty much.
I'm not grammar. Instead of doing a Destiny 3.
You are not grammar.
I'm not grammar. We're going to do a couple more big expansions for Destiny 2. Because it's basically coming up on I think this is like the 7th or 8th year or something, right? And so they're basically pushing the full Destiny thing all the way to that 10-year mark with Destiny 2. And so this year is Beyond Light. Let's see, next year, I believe it's called The Witch Queen in 2021. And then in 2022, you're going to get Lightfall. So they've announced kind of their next 2 or 3 big expansions, and they all kind of tie into each other. Lightfall is, I guess, the big culmination of Destiny 2's plot line and everything thus far. So,
I
Destiny.
haven't played Destiny 2 since like the first big expansion.
Okay.
I heard didn't they reveal this with like a live event type thing that basically didn't go anywhere? Like, wasn't it just like everybody logged in and then the event was delayed and they were just standing there watching, and then it was like,
they had their big event. It's right. Yeah. I didn't do anything. Yeah. But yeah, Destiny 2. There's more Destiny, so I hope you guys like Destiny, the original. There's an Alex Kidd deluxe version game coming out. I know JJ for sure is probably excited about that because Alex Kidd wasn't a great game, but
fucking Alex Kidd fucking sucks. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's an Alex Kidd. It ain't no Wonder Boy.
Yeah. No, Wonder Boy's great.
Wonder Boy's awesome.
With that controversial statement, I guess we should probably announce my new show that Dally came up with on Twitter the other day.
What was that one again?
You suggested that I should run a show called Erroneous, and we spitballed the idea that I would just have people on who have bad takes.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes. I like it. That sort of was.
I think we know a few of them.
There's enough in this group.
I think we got a full house right here.
I saw a few, in my opinion, scrolling by on Twitter when the PS5 announcement was going through. I'll tell you what.
Metal, a game called Metal Hellsinger. That's coming from Funcom.
Yeah,
might be one of the greatest names for a video game ever.
It's just so stupid. It's great. It's a rhythm FPS game, and you're going through hell. You're murdering beasts, and depending on how you shoot them and you time it to the music, you can actually affect the music. Actually, it looks kind of, I hate to say this, it's no pun intended, hella cool. There's something really kind of interesting and appealing to that. So I'm digging that.
In the grand scheme of like kind of off, like just like slightly off target rhythm games or music inspired games, that one maybe it's just because of like how heavy the actual music is, just resonated way better than a lot of the other ones did to me.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yep.
I really like Pistol Whip on Oculus.
So I haven't had a chance to try Pistol Whip, but that was one of the other ones I thought of. It's just, but like when I watched the trailer for Pistol Whip, it didn't. Like, I didn't feel like I was in the rhythm when I watched that trailer like I did with the other one.
It takes, the first level doesn't feel like you're in any kind of rhythm with the game, but the further on you get, the more it's like, oh yeah, okay, and you have to play on a higher difficulty or else.
Oh, okay.
It's like Guitar Hero. If you play on easy, it's like, I'm not really playing
Boom,
the guitar part.
boom,
Yeah.
Well, hit the green button, hit the red button, hit the green button, hit the red button. Yeah.
During that IGN stuff, they were showing footage of Fuser. Did any of that make sense to you?
No.
No, absolutely not.
Nope. We're partnering with Fuser. What's Fuser?
They showed like 3 to 4 second clips of it, and what do? Choose the music? Okay. So they made Spotify
Yeah.
with Guitar Hero upgraded visuals.
Winamp.
Oh, that's right. That's that new harmonics game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one?
Fuser's an upcoming rhythm game developed by Harmonix and published by NCSoft. Planned for release in the latter part of 2020 for everything.
It's the
Okay, so there you go.
This is the weird DJ one where it looks like Drop Mix, except turned into a full video game.
Yeah. Okay, all right. There'll never be another DJ Hero though. That's all that matters. And
No,
Mortal
probably
Shell.
not.
They showed some Mortal Shell stuff. Mortal Shell looked pretty dope. Okay, that's it. No other news. There was a PlayStation
That's
5
it. No,
review.
seriously. No.
Should we talk about PlayStation 5, guys? Should we talk about it? I think it's.
No, I think we should just skip
We're
it.
good.
this week.
Thank everybody. Let's get back to P-Cross.
Yeah, we'll probably
Yeah.
talk for a while.
This one looks like a bunny.
I'm about to drop the greatest opinion about the PlayStation 5 that you will ever hear.
I'm gonna keep my eyes closed. Just say it.
You ready for this?
Just say it.
I think I like the look of the new Xbox better than the PS5.
Oh, okay, that's way less of a hot take than I thought. It would be.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Perfectly acceptable.
I thought you were gonna say you loved the PS5.
No.
I will say right now, as coming from a design standpoint, the PS5 is going to be one of the things that looks really cool at the store,
Yes.
and you get it home, and then you're going to be bored as hell with the appearance of it in about 3 weeks when the design ages very quickly. And that's
It looks like somebody said, "All right, we need to make a console, but how can we make it look like a catamaran?"
You guys remember the Tower of Dubai? I think that's what we're.
Yeah.
One of my favorite thing I saw it on Twitter real quick was that like it's like somebody who was designing a PS2 in 1990 said, "I want to know what it's going to look like in 2020," and they designed it back then and made it for now. But I don't know. It's just like it's one of those things. It's like we're going to see a bunch of really well constructed artistic style installations appear on a bunch of Reddit threads after this thing actually gets released, and it's like you're never going to find a way that it's going to look anywhere as close to that good in your own home. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And also, that thing is clearly designed to stand straight up, which
Sucks.
It's asymmetrical because it has the disk drive off to the side, so there's like a tumor growing.
It's
off.
a really weird. Well, that's why you just get the discless version, JJ.
Yeah. But it still has that. Still has the spot. It's supposed to be kind of fun.
I know so what's interesting to me, and so before we get into the actual games, if you don't mind, the part of what they've been pushing, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong here, it seemed to me was backwards compatibility as a feature, right? Was it not?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How the fuck do you do that without a disk drive?
You gotta have to rebuy everything.
You got to buy everything on PS Now, PS Plus.
Mm-hmm.
We can play it. You just got to pay it.
So this is what my theory is. My theory is that what did our consoles release last generation at $499 or was it $599?
$399, $400 and $500. $399 and $499.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that we're probably going to see the discless version launch at the $499. The disc version launch at either $550 or $600, depending on what they need to do, and we're just going to see the price point creep up for what used to be the standard model of these consoles.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think, two things. One, I don't think it's going to be a $50 difference. That's not enough for.
Oh, it's probably going to be 100.
It's going to be. It has to be 100 because $50 difference isn't quite enough for. It's not like a Nintendo with the Switch and the Switch Lite where it's only $50. They are. This is a bigger piece of equipment, and it costs more to integrate a Blu-ray drive than a lot of people
and to license
all that kind of stuff. But I think it's 100. But I also think with that $100, you're getting. I think the digital version, you may get a 1 terabyte hard drive or a 500 gig hard drive or something. And then I think the big boy version with the disk drive, you're actually gonna get either more hard drive space, or you'll get something like a headset.
Explain
So I think you're
logically to me.
okay.
Why that makes sense.
You'll get. I'm drunk. No, the offset. I think there's a price offset. The Blu-ray version will be $100 more. Right?
Yeah,
We just know
I agree
that.
with
And whether they offset it with more hard drive space, or they throw a headset in there, or a secondary controller, or something, you're going to get. They want to clearly differentiate these two, and they want you to upgrade. They want people to pay that extra $100, but they also want to throw this cheaper $400, $500 version out there, whatever. So
They gotta have a version out there that's cheaper than the Xbox, because whichever console has cost the most going into these, like every generation,
it's
always lost.
Yeah.
So they want to have the version out there that they can go, no, look, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And then
so this is actually the PSAD, right? It's PlayStation All Digital. They call it the All Digital Edition, right? The All Digital version. So it's the PSAD.
They need to do something with PlayStation Now to make it vaguely viable. If you're gonna do an all digital system, they need to overhaul that whole fucking thing. It is
call it something else.
Yeah. It is, because you go on the PlayStation Now right now, and it's just like in a sad state. It's a real sad selection of games. You go to Game Pass, and it's like, fuck, I could play Red Dead Redemption 2 right
They
now.
need to unify all of that.
Yeah.
But what if PlayStation Plus brought you GTA 5 day one?
Let's get into those game announcements. You're going to get that 10-year-old game.
I cannot believe. Can we
You start off a press
talk
conference.
about how this announcement led with? I mean, the whole remembrance of the PS4 era. Totally get. I still think it was bad, but I get it. Then it literally shifts into a multi-minute presentation of GTA 5 content that there is no. I mean, like right now, I would argue if not the most prolific game in existence at the moment, based on just install base.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, look how GTA 5. It's like, bro, everybody's seen it. Every single person has seen all of this.
It's twofold. First of all, it's the Rockstar just backed the dump truck up to them. Up there. And second of all, was it like 3 weeks ago where that game was just fucking free?
It was free on Epic Store.
Yeah.
It's not news anymore.
Yeah. And so
You're right, that game was free. Oh my lord. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5, just to put it out there since it was mentioned, is the third most best-selling game ever.
Yeah.
Behind what?
Behind Minecraft and Tetris.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm almost at the point where like Minecraft is its own thing. Tetris definitely is its own thing. I mean, like
Tetris is a little more than Minecraft and GTA 5 combined.
Tetris I feel like Tetris is almost its own industry, but I mean, like Minecraft is a unique beast. GTA 5 to me in that top 3 is like the definitive outlier as a specifically designed AAA game from a known long-standing studio. Like that's what differentiates it between those other two.
They really made game as a service like really work in GTA. Like three
GTA Online
generations
is a mystery to me. I am clearly outside of the generation that GTA 5 is, or that GTA Online is meant to appeal to, and I just don't get it.
I'll tell you what's awesome about GTA Online. You get into GTA Online, and the first 30 to 45 seconds sucks because your character is in that world and you have to be there. And then you queue into like a stunt race, and then you're just playing a racing game, and it's awesome.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, you don't. Like, the best part of GTA Online is not interacting with anybody outside of those sanctioned events where they can't, get a hacker in there and sell your apartment out from under you that you worked really hard to get.
Which is very interesting because, like, Twitch would make you think otherwise if you're very much into that side of the.
Yeah, but those motherfuckers are all playing on roleplay servers.
Well, I know they are, but that's what I'm saying is that, like, for me, the person not playing GTA Online at all, I don't know the difference. So, like, it appears to me like that's the game that's being played.
I'll tell you the difference. The difference is that they're not on official servers, and everybody has to be whitelisted and authorized to get on. So you don't have
people coming in.
There's no griefers.
Yeah, I get it.
But
anyway,
it's
it's still wild to me.
By the way,
Still wild to me.
What are you munching on, by the way?
I made chicken and fries. I taught myself how to make chicken this week.
Hell yeah. That's it, man, right
I
there.
didn't know how to cook chicken. I took a shot the other
Aaron,
day.
man, how long has it been since we had a lengthy conversation? It's been like a minute.
It's been a little while.
I swear to God, I
6 years?
swear I left you knowing how to cook chicken, man.
Nah.
No, there's no way. Aaron, you and I were born on the same day
We share a birthday.
in this what not just same day of the year, same day, same year.
Yeah.
And God, listen, next time you need to know how to cook chicken, you just send me something.
Yeah, but like,
I'll talk to you about
look at how good this looks.
Yeah, it looks good,
Yeah, it looks good.
which is why I'm surprised that you could not cook it before.
I'll tell you this much: this stuff here is cooked better than the stuff I taught myself how to cook 2 days ago.
What'd you
What was that?
teach yourself how to do 2 days ago?
It was chicken, but it was a little raw. I went back for round 2.
Oh my lord! How do we get suckered into that one?
I let him have it.
Oh lord!
I get one a year.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
a year. We lost all of our viewers. Okay, so GTA 5 is coming to PS5. I know everybody wanted to hear that. What else is coming to PS5?
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that not Final Fantasy looking thing that I'm way excited about?
Which
Oh
one?
yeah, it's Project Athia.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that's coming from the studio the team, I should say, that made Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
Mm.
That looks awesome.
That looked dope.
Athia was definitely a standout to me.
Yeah.
I
Now,
don't know what the game is.
I'll tell you. So I watched that video, and my first thought was they made an isekai video game of a modern day, like a 2020 fucking pagan druid thrown into a fantasy world, and they get their powers, like real powers. Like she's rolling around, she's making plants, she's like jumping on shit, it's like flying on the wind. It's like, yeah, it's a druid. I can see that. I recognize that from D&D. And this is the team that did Final Fantasy? Hell yeah. Get me in there. Let me press Y and warp to my sword. Except it's the plant.
So now one of my predictions was I tweeted them out earlier. I said we're gonna have a new Final Fantasy game, and although it wasn't a Final Fantasy game per se.
Per se, that's
It
doing a lot of
was
lifting over there.
fantasy-ish, and it's made by the same team.
Yeah, exactly. And there looked like there was like weird summon things. So yeah.
So Zelda's Mario-ish then. Is that
Yeah, exactly.
Watch your mouth.
Zelda's a Mario-ish, made by Miyamoto. So technically, I'm right. No, I did not get my Final Fantasy VII Part 2, but
No, they're gonna save that. That's
yeah,
gonna get saved.
that announcement.
So they're gonna save Final
That's
Fantasy.
coming out
Part
during
2.
during the Guerrilla Collective this weekend. You're gonna
Oh
see
my
Final
god!
Fantasy.
No, I think they're gonna use that one to try and offset when they have to announce the price.
No, that's not a bad point. Gamescom, you'll find out about it. Okay, so yeah, Project was Athia. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, I mean, from what I'm reading, there's a Project Athia is also being developed for PC.
Yeah, you can check on SideQuesting.com. It's a website. It is coming to PC as well. So there you go. Yeah, Square Enix is diving full into both those.
And I thought the funniest part about that, I'm gonna pull up one of my lesser news stories now. So before this was announced, everybody was going, "Oh, it's going to be Final Fantasy 16." Like that's what the rumors were. And then the rumors started to say that the dude who does Final Fantasy 14 was leaving Final Fantasy 14 to lead on Final Fantasy 16. So they asked him, and he was like, "Fuck no, no, I'm staying on 14. What are you talking about?"
And then we knew that he was not
Because it wasn't announced.
There you go. There you go. We did get a game though. One of the first announcements that young Aaron was right about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Feel free to
Spider-Man's-
gloat, Aaron.
Spider-Man sequel. Call that shit. I knew it was happening.
I don't think it's a full game because it's coming out this holiday season. It's probably one of those 6-hour, 8-hour games that that Sony likes to do with their. Was it the Uncharted did that?
And the infamous one, that Dying Light.
Infamous. They actually did it with was it Last of Us? Was it Last of Us? They had one.
Last of Us had that little expansion.
That was technically an
Uncharted
expansion.
had one.
Yeah.
That was an actual expansion, though. That was like in game.
Yeah. So I think this sort of feels a little bit like
the fact that it is not a named sequel It's a
Yeah.
it's still the original title colon. It's
Yeah.
going to be a side story based.
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine that there might be some texture mapping done, but we are going to be going through, in general, the same base mapping of New York City.
What's interesting is that this was they kept showing off that Spider-Man like the test technical demo type stuff, right? They said, "Hey, check out, we can get Spider-Man to move really quickly within the PS5, and this is what the SSD does." So there it is. I mean, it's literally, it was there in front of us the whole freaking time. The reason they could get Spider-Man in there is because Spider-Man's in there. It's a PS5 game.
Yeah.
And then you drop it cheap, quote unquote cheap. Obviously shorter experience. You drop it cheaper. You drop it at launch, if not necessarily tied in with a console bundle for launch purposes. Boom! It looks really good. It runs really good, especially considering that it's running on last generation's game engine. So it's also going to be like.
Yeah, but that game looked really.
It already looked great. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what's amazing about it.
0% chance it's cheaper. They're gonna launch that.
You think they're going to do a full 60 on that?
Although that could very well be the pack-in game for your big boy PS5 version. So you have the Blu-ray and you have Spider-Man, and maybe you throw in a movie in there as well, like a 4K video or something. And now you have this $100 extra that they're charging you.
Doesn't seem so bad. Doesn't seem so bad when it comes with Spider-Man Miles Morales. However, Marvel might have something to say with that.
Yeah, that's true.
I was very excited to see like his power set in like.
Yeah, the lightning comes through and
him turning invisible and stuff. I'm excited to see how that's
cool. So there you go, Spider-Man. It's been a good job, Aaron. You got it. You did it. Party.
Was that the only one I got right? I don't remember. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think that was the only one you got because that's the only game-specific one that you had. Let me tell you some PlayStation-related stuff. JJ had the next one, which was his second pick. Actually, was the Horizon Zero Dawn Part 2, Forbidden West. So good job, JJ. I'll let you actually handle the story, JJ, if you want to chat about it. Since you got it right.
Yeah, no, I have nothing to say about Horizon. It looks beautiful.
Yeah,
that water stuff actually. I don't want it. Looked so.
I mean, this was out of all the stuff they showed, this looked absolutely like the best looking thing on the
was like between that and some of the like small fractally things that were going on in like the Ratchet and Clank that I'm sure we'll talk about later. Like those were the two things that like, oh yeah, okay, I get it. I see it. I can see it.
Did you guys go back and watch any of the trailers afterwards in the full 4Ks?
Yeah, they uploaded all the 4K stuff. Oh my god, it's
that was one of the ones that I specifically went back for because watching it on stream looked all right.
1080p, 30 frames per second on stream.
Yeah, watching it in 4K. Was it 4K 60 or is it
4K 60? They have
it. Not the same.
No.
If you have not done so, definitely go do that. It was. Yeah, I mean, I loved the first Horizon.
So good.
And I to the point where I'm probably going to buy the completed edition when it comes to PC.
Did you beat the DLC of the first one?
I never had the DLC of the first one, which is probably why I'm just going to buy the complete edition on PC. So I'll just replay the whole thing.
That's supposed to come out this summer.
This
right?
summer is when it's slated for.
I bought the first game and the DLC at the same time.
Yeah.
Played through the game in essentially one go. I was like, this is the greatest game I've ever played. Started the DLC the next day. I got like an hour into the DLC and I was just like, I think I'm good. And now I'm sitting here going, fuck, do I got to go back? I'm not going to remember how to dodge those goddamn raptors.
I know. So I mean, like, I'm looking forward to like even bumping up I mean, obviously it looked really good on PS4 already. Putting it on PC, bumping it up even a little bit higher. I'm really excited about that. The thought of that. And then plus I'll have the complete edition, so I get to play the DLC that I've never done before, and I'll basically be relearning it to do it. And because I remember, I'll get a little in the back of the mind, I'll remember some of the bits about where I was supposed to be doing, so I won't get stuck anywhere. So I'll just fly a little bit faster. But still, the story was, I mean, I'm sure that people are going to say that it was basic. They figured it out. I don't know. I loved it. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for like.
So good.
The little bit of sci-fi twisties. It doesn't need to be overly complex, but as long as like some thought has been put into it.
Another one of those games that I have to get into that's on my backlog. And yeah, again, I won't be able to fucking get through all these this summer, of course, but I'll try to go through some of these main ones. I got to finish God of War, Spider-Man, and Horizon. Those are three.
Those are the big three, man. For
yeah,
sure.
those are the big three, and then I got a couple that are just sort of easier to chip through. Okay, so Horizon Zero Dawn 2. I'm trying to see here if anybody else had anything. I'm going to say one. Sam, I'm going to give you one actually.
Freebie.
A freebie here. You said we're gonna get a reimagining of an old franchise. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Grand Theft Auto 5. No, just kidding. Ratchet and Clank.
It's really not though, because it's
not.
just
Damn
like
it! I'm
kind
trying
of
to help you out here.
What
dude.
about Demon Souls?
Yeah, let's say Demon Souls. Give him Demon
Demon
Yeah.
Souls? Okay, go ahead with Demon Souls.
Yeah, Demon Souls is a remake.
Sure, I guess. Yeah, hey, it's Demon Souls. It's just the first one of those Souls games that everybody talks about.
So this is what was weird to me is that this one blew up on my Twitter feed more than anything else. People were Omega hyped, and then I forgot that I was like one of the few people that just like never got into them.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just can't.
They are not.
Can't
for me.
do them.
No.
I bought Demon Souls the day it came out. I snapped a PlayStation controller in half, and then I finished Metal Gear Solid 4 and sold my PlayStation 3, and then I never had a PlayStation 3 for the rest of that console cycle.
It's reasonable.
Yep.
Oh man, Aaron, you're just fucking classic.
Which one is the
Maybe I'll try the
PS4
new one.
exclusive?
What? Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. Okay, I've completed Bloodborne. And have never actually made it all the way through a real Souls game. Dark Souls 2, I think I made it like 70% of the way through and then just gave up.
I bought Code Vein, which is anime Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. Okay.
And I was actually that one's semi-recent. I played that like if I right-click on my Steam icon, I think that still shows up.
Surge and Surge 2 are like techno Souls.
But that one I'm not familiar with.
I think I played Surge, didn't I?
They're okay games.
I don't remember. That's a man that gets welded into like a forklift, and
yeah, you could just cut people's limbs off and then learn their like armor technology and craft it and weird shit. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank. So you get guns in that game that are weird, and apparently in this one you teleport through worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a girl.
So
There's a
it's
girl
Kingdom
Ratchet.
It's Kingdom Hearts. It could be. Hey, it would be nice if it's like dropped by old Ratchet and Clank worlds. Like if you just landed in a
that'd be cool.
PlayStation 2 era level that has just all those textures, and you're like, hey,
it feels like
I guess.
When they mentioned like dimension hopping, I immediately thought this would be a good idea for them to like hop through a bunch of different PlayStation like IPs.
Right.
You know,
I don't see it happening.
No, okay, I'm gonna shut up then.
No, I mean I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea, and I think they should do it. I just don't think they're going to.
Yeah.
It's a good. The title is good for it, I guess. Rift apart. That's good. That's a good
Rift
little funny
Apart.
title. Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. So we talked about Demon Souls, Horizon Forbidden West. We had a weird one, Returnal.
Yeah, can we talk about the worst title in the lineup?
Goodbye Volcano High.
No, I think Returnal's worse for sure.
Returnal's worse. Got it.
I don't know. I watched that whole that trailer actually got me interested. I was like, okay, we might have something
What's going on here.
And then literally, the Returnal came up. And I was like, I shut it. I was like, if it was a game, I would have shut it down.
Late title card ruined the whole experience.
Returnal is.
I thought it said urinal.
It's like I thought it was Death Stranding when it started because you see a person wearing a spacesuit and I'm thinking, oh wow, like a Death Stranding sequel already. They're talking about no.
I thought which one was it? The other one from Capcom was Death Stranding too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But, I mean, he's had the mask, and I was like, is this a Hideo Kojima game?
Whatever that was.
Ludens? Is this Ludens?
Pragmata.
Yeah.
I saw the dude with the mask on. I was like, this is a Hideo Kojima design. And then I saw that it was from Capcom. I was like, okay, this is a surprise.
Well, speaking of Capcom, we got Resident Evil Village. It's actually called Resident Evil Village, even though it's Resident Evil 8.
Yeah.
So Resident Evil Village, that is the next Resident Evil game.
I get it. I can see how they did that stupid font.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like they did with 7.
Yep.
Yeah.
They pulled it once, and I'm going to be looking for it every time they have a title.
It's the arrow and the FedEx. It's the
Yep,
same.
it's exactly it.
That was I thought that was a really well done
That's a good
trailer. Yeah.
really, really good trailer.
Mhm.
Really, it felt like a horror movie trailer. It like they put it together like a horror movie trailer. So
Also, now we have werewolves, so that's good.
hell yeah, it looks like it's Romania.
I have a new bad opinion. This is gonna be another hot take. Yeah, I think it would probably not be great to live in the Resident Evil universe.
No,
Oh, man.
They seem to have like a lot of bad stuff going on there, and I don't want to be there.
it's fun. It's funny because Ethan, that's the Final Fantasy VII guy that you're playing in 8 as well. Like he's just having some bad luck. He's just a dude. Everyone else in this universe is like stars or like secret super cops or something, and he's just a guy who's been wrapped up in this whole situation. And he can't
But
get out.
what about what's her name from four? Ashley Jenkins.
Ashley Graham,
Graham.
Yeah, that's what I was
the
thinking.
president's daughter.
Yeah.
But she's the president's
I
daughter.
guess she's the president's daughter.
She's
yeah.
not just an average person who got scooped up in this zombie town or werewolf village. It's he's just a guy whose wife.
But so this is meant to be Chris Redfield's like the finale of his story.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever that means. So
Playing him off as the bad guy in this one.
that's
so
it.
we'll
He's
see
done.
that.
He's been infected enough.
He's going to turn into a Wesker and fight some werewolves. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Punched one too many boulders, and now.
Did you guys want to play Resident Evil 7?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
In
I like
VR.
that a lot. Yeah. In VR. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck no, I'm a coward.
Yeah.
It was especially terrifying in VR
It
because
was.
whenever the dude is chasing you around the house, I mean, you are freaking the hell out. I
It
mean,
is.
you're honestly hearing shit. It makes it difficult to play the
Too
game
much.
much.
I did not. It was the only VR experience is PSVR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's other VR
so-
experience out there. Is there another one?
I don't think
Oculus?
so.
Oh,
Well, because they put it on PC,
It's on
right?
it's on Steam now, right?
It's on Steam.
Does it have Oculus? I had never really actually checked.
But I'm not seeing it labeled. I wonder if there's a mod.
oh, there's probably.
I'm sure there is.
I'll have to look at that because it's on sale right now. And that sale ends in 4 days.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, you know what? 1 year. So 2018, Resident Evil 7 VR was released on PC VR headset. So yes,
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go.
Ooh.
There you go.
Anyway, I'll look that up on my own.
Hey, you want to talk about? We want to jump out of split up this PlayStation news. Guess what else has been released on Steam? Like every
What's that?
EA game. Every EA game.
Yeah,
That's a good point. Yeah.
Play Mass Effect again.
I missed that shit, and then I opened up Steam one like last night or the night before, and I was like, "Fucking Dragon Age!
Like what the fuck?
Dragon Age Inquisition's on Steam. What's going on here?" I was like, "I should buy that again." I don't want to buy that again, but I might buy that again. You know what I mean?
I think you should. It's good.
I'd be losing money not to buy it.
I'd be losing money. You got Gran Turismo, which okay.
Yeah, that's me. That's I'm
Same
the guy
here.
that asked for Gran Turismo 7, and here it is.
And I'm good. I like it. Hearing that we joked around 3D audio earlier in the show, but holy shit, that is just hearing the. It's one thing to hear pre-recorded engine noise in a video game. It's another to actually hear the engine go through its sputters and its clicks and hear like residual noise from a car engine, because then you're actually sort of understanding how the car is driving. And then like I even heard like wind noise and wind interference hitting against the windshield. I'm thinking, as you drive past cars, you can hear their drift. You can hear, it sounded phenomenal to me. That sells that game to me.
That's day one purchase every time. Whenever there's a new Gran Turismo, I just buy it. I've been day one.
Same
for better or worse, it's if you want to have a good time, there is Justin McElroy sang a song to me because Gran Turismo 5 got delayed for like the 7th time. I have the video for that still.
You
I'm
do?
gonna look that up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to post it. Definitely post it. Post it. Let's see here. What else? Hitman 3.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm looking forward to not actually playing that game myself, but watching a lot of people who are really good at those games play them on Twitch.
I've played. Oh god, It's just 1 and 2 are just I keep going back to them because the way they design those games, you can just keep going back to them over and over and over again. Get really good at one level.
Yeah, see, I'm just not that guy. Like, I don't have that mindset.
I'm not either, but for whatever reason, these Hitman reboots have done it for me. Like, I never liked the older Hitman games. They weren't really my thing. But like these ones, I don't know. They put them together in a way that made me just appreciate the sort of absurdity of this universe and how you can manipulate it. So, yeah, can't wait.
Good.
I wish they did episodic again. I think it played better. The first one, I think, played better when it was like, I'm just going to learn this one map over and over and over again, and then in like 2 months, I'll get a new one. And then I can just play it like that. I think it played better that way than 2, but whatever. It's going to be the same, and I'll be happy.
What's interesting is another couple first party games. You had Astro's Rescue. I know a lot of people like that Astrobot game that was in VR.
It's one of the best PSVR games by
Is it really?
It's
okay.
It's so good.
I wasn't in love with that game, and I don't know if I'm one of the few. It's not. I don't know, but didn't necessarily love that game. I got it, but
I think it'll be better not VR.
Yeah,
it's really
I think so.
just
I think it'll
solid
be better not
platformer.
VR.
Yeah.
It's actually the third in that series because the PlayStation Worlds free minigame collection is essentially that. So
it's basically the VR mascot. So it's weird that they're gonna like just rip it out of. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they haven't really talked about PSVR, and we know they're not killing it off yet. So
yeah. Let's see here. Of course, I
Sackboy.
I was going to say Sackboy. So Sackboy.
I've asked you guys to stop calling me that. Like, it's a medical condition. We agreed not to bring it up live, but you guys keep calling me it, and I just have to address it.
So Sumo Digital is making Sackboy. And remember Little Big Planet? How it was a really cool game to kind of create some stuff in and mess around and create worlds and kind of like Dreams before it was Dreams. Yeah, this is just a straight up platformer.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's a cute mascot.
Yeah,
I can't really deny it. Like, I don't know if that's what I want out of Little Big Planet. Like,
yeah,
the gameplay was never the strongest. The platforming gameplay was never the strong suit of Little Big Planet. It was the people like breaking the laws of that game to like make it.
That's what it was.
Somebody building a calculator.
Yeah,
and Little Big Planet 2, or a little, because I don't think it was possible in Little Big Planet 1.
Yeah,
but yeah, I was looking at it, there's still something endearing about what it looks like, but
it's
got
a good little soundtrack.
Do you remember when Sony did like their whole PlayStation, like the first half of their presentation, one of those years at E3 with like Little Big Planet showcasing like here's how many we sold, and they did it all in Little Big Planet, and I thought
that's cool,
that's so cool. And they're just throwing numbers like we sold this many PlayStation consoles. I'm like, I want to know it because you're making it in Little Big Planet. I'm gonna buy this game. It's like
I
still like
those. I have fond memories of those first 2 games.
Yeah.
I don't know if Mario Maker sort of filled that void of sort of the creativity thing. So,
boy, has it.
Yeah.
Although I am surprised that they didn't showcase Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and Dreams, which are kind of the 3 big first-party games for the PS4 this year.
I think they just wanted to get a lot of new names out there.
Like Grand Theft Auto 5.
Aside from Dally, I've already railed on it. You really want me to reopen this can of worms? I thought I was pretty heavy on it.
Yeah.
I want you to understand that when you guys were talking about Gran Turismo, I was about to say and stopped myself that if you go into first person mode in the races in Grand Theft Auto 5, you can hear the wind directionally passing by your head.
There he is right there. That's Aaron. Let's see what else we got. Bug Snacks.
Yeah. Did you see that centipede made out of sandwiches?
A sandwich peed. One thing that I found was kind of interesting was you had those 2 Bethesda games, Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop they're PS5 exclusives, which is interesting because they never once talked about those games being anything other than they're going to appear on a bunch of consoles, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But they're actually exclusives to the PS5, and I find that.
When was the last time Bethesda did a console exclusive game?
Well, wasn't Skyrim so bad on PS3 or Fallout that it may have been might as well have been an exclusive on the Xbox?
I mean, probably.
Are they full exclusives or just timed exclusives?
I believe the only news currently is that they are exclusive. There is no specification on it.
Yeah.
So they could be either.
Which game had the exclusively developed for PlayStation 5? Or it's like it was like the super vague description, like it was developed for PlayStation 5, but it's not.
It was I think it was Project Athia.
Yeah, I think so. Where it's like super like, oh, it was made using PS5 in mind, but it doesn't necessarily say.
But also, it's going to be on PC.
Yeah.
And which is always so funny. I mean, it's like, come on, man. All these games are being developed on PCs anyway. It's like we all know it. I mean, we don't need to get into the technical discussion of the fact that all the consoles are essentially PCs anyway, with custom ROM operating systems running on them. But that's. They're all can probably be pretty easily ported to PC if the studios want them to be.
Yep, I agree. And I mean, the rest of the games they showed like a lot of their
like
push
Stray.
for
Stray looks good.
Stray, which was cats.
Cyberpunk cat.
Stray had the perfect amount of mystery to it. I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Has there been other media that's come out for it? I'm not familiar.
No, just a video.
I mean, like robots, and you play as a cat. I mean, I mean, you have my attention.
Like, hey, listen, I will play the hell out of a new Oddworld game.
Yeah, same here. Oddworld, yep. Soulstorm. Now that was they actually showcased that game, or they announced that game a while back, right? It's actually coming out for PS4 and PS5 and Xbox One. So,
but they also had that Ghostwire that we had already seen before.
And that's exclusive. Ghostwire and Deathloop are exclusive to PS5.
I thought Ghostwire looked dope.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool. Looked very cool.
I like that weird car combat game where you can get out of the car.
Yeah.
What was that called? I forget what that was called.
That was
Destruction All-Stars.
Destruction All-Stars, yes.
PlayStation Destruction All-Stars.
Yeah. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
No.
All-Stars. So yeah, and then last but not least, you had stuff like Solar Ash, which is from the Hyper Light Drifter guys. You had
NBA 2K.
NBA 2K. Godfall. They kind of re-announced Godfall because people forgot about it. Kenna.
They probably will again.
They probably will again, guys. Guess what? Yeah, we mentioned Returnal, Stray, and so there's a few of these kind of smaller Little Devil inside, a few of these smaller games here and there.
Jet the Far Shore from Super Brothers.
Yeah.
I thought I was vibing on that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I lost myself in that trailer. I'm not gonna lie.
Excuse me. And so okay. So we've kind of gone through the games. Anything specifically stuck out at you about this whole presentation? Like, did anything like overly excite you or disappoint you or?
I mean, disappoint. Yeah, the presentation. I mean, I don't know. I found it to be relatively underwhelming. I think that it opened horribly. The focus on GTA 5 was out of touch. I mean, how do you try and build hype for your next generation in a game and show literally the oldest console game that's going to be ported into the next generation? I don't know. I don't get it personally. But then again, I'm the guy who doesn't play GTA Online, so maybe I'm just not.
They should have showed BioShock Collection.
They should have showed BioShock Collection. Then I would have been like, oh, finally somebody who gets me. But no, it's just like, I watched so many of the other trailers as they went on. I was like, why didn't they lead with this? Why didn't they lead with this? Like, why wouldn't you lead with Horizon Zero Dawn sequel?
Open event. Yep.
It's just like something that showcases that this is what the games are going to like. You show, here was our last, generation of PS4, boom, and now here's PS5. And it's like, I mean, maybe they couldn't get it to look different enough, so it wasn't worth it. I don't know. I can only speculate.
Sony has had an issue, in my opinion. I'm kind of in that same boat, I guess, in that Sony always did a really good job at their E3 press conferences, right? Before they kind of went away from E3, their press conferences were fantastic because it wasn't just a trailer. They weren't just going to show you like a 1 minute trailer. It was a show. They had somebody come out, talk about the game, but then you're seeing live playthrough of like Horizon Zero Dawn or Resident Evil. That Resident Evil 2 playthrough, even though that whole kind of thing was crazy, that RE2 playthrough was pretty badass because you genuinely didn't see that coming. But this, it felt like a bunch of trailers, and it felt like instead of them, I harken back to like the late PS3, early PS4 era, where they would show out some heavy hitters, and then they throw in by the way, we still love indies. Check out these cool indies that we have. You know, and they show a bunch of indies, and then they bring out like Deathloop, or here are the big hitters, and really kind of focus on those AAA games because as cool as stuff, and I love indies. I'm a big indie guy, and as cool as indies and sports games are, at a big reveal like this, you tend to want what's your first party IP that heavy hitter. You start. I mean, you got to sandwich it. They tried with Spider-Man, and though I think we're all excited for Spider-Man, I think if you led with Horizon Zero Dawn, because people knew there was a new Horizon game, but just show it. Don't wait till the end. Just show it, and then at the end say, we got one more treat for you guys, and then throw out like Spider-Man. People will be like, oh fuck, there's a new Spider-Man game.
The Horizon thing just kind of blew me away that they didn't leave with it, because that was a launch PS4 game, right? Like that was
no,
wasn't it?
Way late, 2017.
The week of the
Really?
2017.
What the fuck did PS4 launch with then?
PS4 launched with
not Watch Dogs.
Was it Watch Dogs?
Yeah.
It was
Need for
Assassin's
Speed Rivals
Creed
and
Unity.
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, God.
Flag. Yeah,
Knack.
it's like
Oh God!
Knack. Yeah, it was not a good launch.
It did not
for
launch with
PS4.
much.
No, it was like 6 games or something.
Sorry,
It
and
wasn't.
I just need to check
Angry
my
Birds Star Wars.
notes. This is the console that's winning this generation. Launched with Knack.
Killzone Shadowfall.
Yeah.
Killzone Shadowfall. That's
Yeah.
right.
I think Infamous came out real soon after like launch, but like that was sort of its first like
Flower.
Major,
Flower. Yeah. Crossbuy.
It was
So
there wasn't much.
it was
A rough
the
launch.
PS4 launched with a bunch of PS3 games that were switching over to PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last of Us.
Last of Us, Call of Duty, Ghosts, Angry Birds, Ass Creed 4. So there were a lot of.
God, it was really not good though.
It was not a good launch.
And the Xbox One wasn't that much.
No, it wasn't that
much.
No, it wasn't.
Forza 5 was a
Yeah.
nightmare.
So
Whoa.
I mean, So you're a little bit underwhelmed. What about you, JJ? How did you feel about this launch?
I mean, I saw what I wanted to see. Like it delivered the games that I'm interested in. It was not particularly interesting, show, but I wanted to see a new Horizon. I wanted to see a Gran Turismo. I wanted to see Spider-Man. I got it. I wanted to see the hardware. For better or worse, they showed us the hardware.
They did show us the hardware.
I love terrible designs on hardware. I'm absolutely all in for the PS5. It's like
How different do you think the redesign is going to be on this machine when they do the first?
It'll be quick.
PS5 Pro.
I mean, is there any expectation that they're not going to do a Pro at this point?
Oh, they're absolutely going to do
Yeah,
a Pro.
they saw success with the hardware refresh this year.
I think that's the established like norm now at this point, that there's going to be a upgraded version halfway through its life cycle at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a PS4 around launch for something, and then we didn't really use it and ended up selling it. And then I didn't have anything until I picked up a PS4 Pro.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the Pro. And the problem with that is that ever since it really sank in that the PS5 was coming, I'm sitting here going, do I buy the PS5 or do I just sit back and wait for the PS5 Pro?
Yeah.
How much do you want that Spider-Man game?
That's the problem right there.
Well, I mean, that's what they're going to count on. I think that's why we're seeing such a stronger showing of opening games, and I think we're going to see the same thing from Microsoft with Xbox
In July,
because they are going to expect to do the same thing again, where they know that they're going to do a half generation upgrade / refresh, and they cannot shoot themselves in the foot too badly, where they essentially cannibalize their entire footing by not producing a strong enough first launch titles. They'll just at this point we're going to shift from who launches cheaper to who launches with a better. Like it's almost nice to kind of return to that form of like that launch title hype.
We kind of
do
lost.
we even have any like functioning idea of what the launch lineup for the PS5 is going to be? Because of all of the things shown today, Spider-Man.
That's true. That's a good point.
One.
Spider-Man's the only one.
Yeah. Like, nothing,
Yeah, that's
like,
true. We
everything
cannot
else-
pretend like the games that we saw today are launch titles. A lot of
Yeah.
them had 2021 associated with
even
them.
Ratchet and Clank, they were like, we can't wait to talk more about it with you, which implies another.
It ain't
trade
coming
show.
out.
Yeah. So
We
We're-
can't wait for PAX East.
yeah.
I'm gonna start a rumor that PS5 is launching with Scalebound.
Oh, God. Here we go.
I do think though, there is definitely it was so yeah. Sam, you've been quiet. Feel free to jump in right now. I feel like it was lacking in that this checked all the boxes.
Yeah.
You got your big hitters. You got Spider-Man. You got Gran Turismo. You got Horizon. You got some really cool looking. You got Resident Evil, which has become the Sony thing. It checked all those boxes, which Sony has done in previous, in previous E3s and showing like this. But it didn't necessarily. Like, I was excited. I liked watching everything happen, but then sitting back and kind of as I wrote everything up, I realized I wish that they would have done sort of a live play session of some of these games. Gran Turismo, actually, as I watched them play that game, that to me was the closest, because I just sat and watched them play Gran Turismo 7 and just experienced the cool shit.
Yeah.
To me, I thought, weirdly enough, that got me more hyped up than as much as I like Horizon Zero Dawn. It got me more hyped up than Horizon Zero Dawn in a weird way.
Yeah, I mean, Ratchet and Clank, they showed some gameplay of that too, and it felt like that's where you got to actually see like the little things that are different this generation.
And it may be this dumb form, this situation that we're in, this dumb format, which is, so no one can do what Nintendo does. Nintendo's stupidly quirky in their way with their Direct. So a lot of folks are trying right now, but I think what they should have done, in my opinion, was have the developers talk instead of just pressing play on a trailer and walking away. Have the developers talk and explain the experience, because they've done that in the past at these types of events. And I loved Sony press conferences. Are still my favorite press conferences. You have the folks come out and they drop microphones. So I don't know.
the little loading screen beat after every reveal, like just a couple of seconds of the PlayStation logos floating around until the next thing happens. Really felt like they just sort of didn't edit anything particularly well.
Sure.
It had a bad flow to it. It never felt like there was any sort of reason for where the games were in the thing.
I tell you one thing. This actually gets me really looking forward to E3 2021 because and what I mean by that is I cannot wait to get back to these in-person events, so I can see this stuff in person and give you actual. And maybe that's why I'm so put off by this, is I'm not going to play it until it comes out.
Yeah,
and I feel like every time I've never gone to E3 and you kind of sit there and you're like, shit, I'm not, none of my friends played it. None of my buddies that went to E3 played it, Yeah. And I think there's a really strong way of spreading good word about products when you have folks that are getting hands-on time all at the same time, and it's not happening. That's why I'm not as hyped, I guess.
Hey, they still haven't canceled PAX West. There's a potential.
Yeah, there's a potential. They will.
That's just canceled.
Hey, Sam, anything stuck out for you from this press conference? I know you're over there clubhousing it.
Called out?
No, it's just funny.
I just was playing Clubhouse.
Can't believe you do them like that, Joey.
Just kidding.
I have a switch near me. No, I was going to say there's nothing that was in this presentation that jumps out at me that was like, yes, I need a PlayStation 5 as soon as it comes out. I definitely have a 4K television that can do 60 FPS, which wasn't in the presentation for some reason. I don't know. I really liked that. What was it called? The little devil inside.
Sure.
Looked like Monster Hunter, kind of.
Yes.
I thought that was interesting, but
I loved the trailer for Little Devil Inside.
Yeah, I assume that will probably at some point make its way other places, and is also maybe not a system seller.
No. Well, so what's crazy to me is that I looked up Little Devil Inside because I was like, I wanted to go back and look at that trailer, and I found trailers from IGN from 2015 for Little Devil Inside.
Really?
Wow.
Same exact art style. So I was like, there's no question that it is the same game. And that's I am going to wait for the story of what the hell happened to the development of this game, because I am fascinated about why it took so
you're
long.
right. Yeah, here we go. So from famed website Safari Geek, Little Devil Inside Snow Island gameplay. Isn't it weird that nobody had even heard about this game until
Right? Not on my radar at all.
their YouTube page has like 10,000 subscribers on it. 2 years ago, Little Devil Inside. Holy shit, you're right.
Yes, it's not, and which is crazy because like I thought it looked really dope. So I was like, this is the thing that if I had seen something for it, I'd have been like, yeah, I'm gonna store that one. I'm gonna remember that one the next time I see it. No idea about it.
I remember this thing.
Yeah, now we're all seeing it. Like, oh shit, I remember.
What else, Sam? What else you got?
That was pretty much it. We covered everything else I was going to talk about. Deathloop, I actually lost interest in. I think it looks more
Really?
shitty than what I would have expected.
It looks like wet.
It seems like it kind of seems like
Bad Mouth and Wet.
why
Wet
can't I
too.
think of the name? It's a like top-down 2D game. Hotline Miami. Yeah, it looks like Hotline Miami, first person.
Interesting.
And I just don't know if that's as
cast.
interesting.
Yeah.
To me as their previous games.
Fair.
Interesting. Like if they led with like, you know what, Dishonored 3, I would have been like, fuck, and then like something of that magnitude would have thrown me for a loop. But okay.
Did anybody
All
did anybody take anything away from Kena Bridge of Spirits?
No.
Did anybody nobody follow anything about that one?
No.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe
Left no impact on me.
Clearly.
you know what? Maybe one thing I'm missing as I'm looking through all these announcements. Nothing besides like PlayStation Destruction All Stars and Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. Nothing multiplayer. Like there was no big giant multiplayer world like
Grand
Call
Theft
of
Auto
Duty.
5. We just talked about it.
I know, but no like Call of Duty. Nothing to show you like, hey, check out what PlayStation is doing for online multiplayer. When you know Microsoft comes out firing because a whole big portion of their first party thing is going to be check out Halo's multiplayer. You know,
Sony's always been gun shy about Plus, so they never like to really admit that they're still using Plus as a thing, and I feel like
True.
yeah.
All right, so that was the PS5 reveal. Some cool products, presentation wise, didn't maybe get us super hyped up, but there's stuff in there that gets us.
So I had the unique experience this year of being at work while this event happened. So like I was just at work, so I didn't see it live. So I got to go back and just look at all the shit minus the actual presentation aspect. It seems way better when you don't have to
Yes.
do their bullshit.
Yep. I think that's what I'm finding as well. You look at like their hit list, their checklist, everything is there on the checklist. It's just their presentation didn't have any energy to it.
It really is just check boxes. It's like, okay, we got that done.
They didn't have a guy. They didn't have a guy playing a wind instrument.
And maybe they need to do that. I mean, in a weird way, maybe they needed to add a little bit of personality to this presentation.
Because they took so much shit for their little like hardware presentation where they had like that weird mystery science theater.
Yeah, that's right.
Thing going. So it's like,
it's
like
Mark Cerny.
yeah.
Like the opposite of having any personality is.
Yeah.
I love Mark Cerny, but
they course corrected too far.
Exactly.
From that. And
What was your if you had to pick one game that you would take away, or like your top pick from the game list, what would it be?
For me, it's Horizon. I mean, it just blew my fucking mind. Just blew mine.
Yeah. Spider-Man. It's always going to be Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Athia.
Yeah.
Sam, what about yours?
Little Devil Inside. But...
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
Okay. Taylor. NBA 2K21.
Yeah,
I heard
You're
those,
at Destiny 05.
man.
those floors looked really good.
Oh man, I'll tell you what.
Did you see
One
the
of my
sweat?
favorite comments, I think it was Jason Schreier, was like, perfectly representing quarantine basketball. It's just one dude dribbling alone in the court.
I really hope that all of these sports games have like an empty arena option for like.
Oh
next
God,
season.
that'd be great.
Like,
That'd be
like the
great.
WWE game will definitely have that.
Yes,
Like,
yeah,
it's-
yeah.
But no, I think it was probably Horizon Forbidden West. I think maybe if a God of War game had slipped in, that might have taken it. But I think it's a little too recent from God of War compared to Horizon for that to have been able to be possible, unless they did a shorter experience a la Spider-Man. But I mean, Horizon was just like a monumental game of last generation to me. So this offered a very, very similar.
I was gonna say Gran Turismo 7, but everyone would have made fun of me, so I had to go with Spider-Man.
You could say
I
Gran Turismo 7.
actually think Gran Turismo 7 is going to be interesting given the sudden uptick in interest that games like iRacing are seeing.
Well, it's not gonna come out for like another 4.5, 5 years. So
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
fine.
matter. Yeah.
It'll be a launch game for the PS6.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it. That's
Oh
it.
my god.
It
Well,
made me so mad when they put Gran Turismo 6 out literally like the week before the PS4. So
Yes.
it's like, I'm moving on and I can't play this game now. And they
Yep.
didn't re-release it for the
Did they really
that's-
not?
No, they
No,
they released that sport game, right? Gran
Sport,
Turismo?
which is this
Oh
weird
my God.
hybrid of Gran Turismo that doesn't feel right. Nothing about Sport feels right.
See, at least
I don't know.
when Atlas does it with Persona, at least they bring the other one. At least they bring it to the new console as well.
Mm-hmm. It's like what's almost 7 years. It'll be 7 years since a Gran Turismo game has been.
Oh yeah, there's
released.
been like 4 or 5 Forza games released in between each Gran Turismo session. So
That's wild.
yeah.
All right, let's cut this. We're done. We made
Fine.
it through the PS5 reveal.
Ugh.
There's still like the season of E3 continues.
What's our next event, Dally?
There's the Guerrilla Collective tomorrow. If you guys go to sidequesting.com and check out the big list of E3 events, not E3 events.
I don't know why, but I feel like you're, and I know that you're not, but I feel like you're specifically only talking to me.
Well,
What do you
listen,
say?
fucking
This is
Taylor.
the second time you've asked a question that could be answered.
Yeah,
by going
if you go to the
SideQuesting,
freaking website, the one you're doing this podcast for. No, I think the next one is, as I scroll down, Friday you have IGN Expo Day 3, which is you're gonna have. I think there are a couple little things here and there on their third day. Day 3 you got it's stuff that's already been revealed, so you're not gonna get anything new. But I think Saturday, which is all of like sort of the indie and the triple I level stuff. So you have the Guerrilla Collective, you have Paradox, the PC gaming show, Games Radar has their thing. Even our friends at Tiny Build are doing their thing too. So that's the next one, and that's on Saturday, and then you have EA Play over on Thursday of the 18th.
So Guerrilla Collective is it what I think it is? Like what is it? I'm not familiar with.
It's think of a bunch of there's
that's
a lot of
the
companies.
indie collective.
It's sort of an indie collective, yeah,
Okay.
but there are new there are some like AAA studios thrown in there as well, but it's mostly indie stuff. But you are going to see what is it? Is it Atlas is showing it during the Guerrilla Collective? Supposedly their reveal for, or is that during IGN Expo? I'm not sure, but yeah, the
Well, if
you
you
have
went
a
to
few-
side questing, you could.
I will say one thing: we were going to have our side questing digital event that was going to be last Friday. Man, thankfully we didn't do it. And I say it in this way: all the products that we were on track to show and have either already been shown at some of these other events now. Basically, folks, once we canceled our event, a lot of the folks went to other events. So.
IGN.
We were going to have Horizon Forbidden West at our event.
How did you know?
I just knew. Well, gentlemen, thank you for a wonderful evening.
Before we go,
with my
Ooh.
drink. Yeah, what's
I've been sitting on one more news story.
Ooh,
I've been saving it
hurt?
for the end.
does it hurt?
It gets me right here. Ready for this? This is from TheVerge.com. This is from Kim Lyons. This is from June 6th, 2020. Neopets launching open beta for new mobile site.
Oh,
are you
damn.
Yeah.
Neopets is still around.
It's back, baby.
It's back.
It's about time for a nostalgia revival, I think.
Listen, I had Neopets and I had like pets or whatever they were called. And motherfuckers is hungry because I ain't played that game in over a decade.
I remember going to my dad's work when I was like a child, and and I played Neopets on one of the work computers.
Yep.
Because I had to occupy my time somehow. My dad was working. I don't know why they let children go to work. Why do they do that?
I'm on the Devil Inside website, and it's apparently coming to the PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U. So.
Nice. I'm. You know what? I'm waiting for Devil's Third revival. To be honest, let's bring Devil's Third back.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's an old game. All right. Well, Dahlia, I'll let the man finish the podcast.
Let me finish. We've been speaking for an hour and a half. You can find us at SideQuesting.com, SideQuesting TV, Twitch SideQuesting, YouTube SideQuesting. You can find us individually. Find me at Dahlia Domofsky. Erroneous1, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Scruddy Bones.
JJ.
The _double_J or DisneyCompendium.com.
Yes, season 2 starting up.
Season 2 preview just came out today.
That was very good, very good. You were my my listening during my day off today. And Sam, we can't find you anywhere, which is good. That's why you're hidden always. So that's always positive.
Just right here.
We'll see you. He's like just right here, just in the hearts, right there.
Always stuck right here.
Oh, he's stuck here.
He's actually when we go to the website, when we all boot in here, he's already there.
He hasn't left.
When you all leave, it feels so alone. I feel so alone.
And we've been using the same stream for the last 6 years. Taylor, where can we find you?
You can find me in 2024 on sidequesting.com. Also on Twitter at Taylor Bliss. I don't tweet much aside from to specific people for specific conversations, but there is content.
There's some content.
Check out my tomatoes.
There you go. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Tomatoes are good. All right, everybody. We'll see you on the next episode of the Side Quest. Bye-bye. I did this like 4 times.
Yeah. Listen, it's a monumental day. We got stuff to talk about.